by the way, there's apparently another angle on this. Let's see. This is going to be on Rumble, though, and it's probably going to be it's going to ask me for a password or something. Thank you, Tony from Ireland. I don't care if it's loading. Reload it. There you go. Run it. Come on. Play it. Let's do this. Rumble, what's your problem? Play it. It's black screen. It's not doing this. This is no good. I can't see it. I don't understand. I'll look again. I'll try to find an... Oh, here we go. So this
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Washington, D.C. We're live right now.
That's RSBN footage.
Tuesday, July 27th at 1 p.m., the United States Representatives Matt Gaetz of Florida, Louis Gohmert of Texas, Marks, I'd say,
Here they all come.
Matt Gaetz sent a letter to the federal...
This is a lovely shot, which I will be stealing later. Hold on one second. Let's see. I will be stealing this for a joke later on. Thank you very much. It's more to come. I just have to have time to cut out the podium and join my fellow Americans at a gathering outside the
of investigation asking for information.
Okay, and then they do this.
Look,
this guy.
The left is interrupting the press conference.
The left is interrupting the press conference.
We need to end it.
We need to end it.
Thank you. For those of you that really care about this process, thank you.
Ladies and
Yeah, you
gentlemen,
can tell it's the left because there's a Jew holding an American flag. He's wearing a mask. I mean, what's more left than that? I'm surprised they didn't literally have a hologram of George Soros.
what you just saw here today is, again, the intolerant left. Here, I'm going to...
This is RSBN. The intolerant left they're just not... Why? What is America afraid of? Okay? Why is America afraid, the left? Why are they so afraid to let an alleged sex trafficking pedophile speak? What are they afraid of? That Louis Gohmert will speak with such force that the next time he loses a tooth, it will fly out of his mouth right into their eyeball and give them whatever the dental version of COVID is? Maybe. Could be. Why don't they want to hear from Marjorie Taylor Greene for a third time about the same subject? What are they afraid of?
I had to actually...
Why does the left hate when the right is on the sidewalk?
Here, I'll give those back now. So the whistleblower, as we'll call him right now, actually was...
It's clever. The whistleblower? It's a great name for them.
Behind me, I still have...
I would have gone with... I would have said it was Jim Jordan, and he was blowing his Jim whistle, and... but then, you know...
ringing in my ears right now, which I...
Oh my god, I think I have lefty damage. Like, my left ear is harmed.
suffered from before. He did not seem to care about that. He continued to blow it straight into my eardrums. I asked him politely to
How did he get that close?
stop. He told me that he was not going to do that. I told him he was causing me physical pain. He did not care. Again, this is the left. This is the
It's not like you had a camera with you to show that, so...
tolerant left, who, if anything, are standing up here. I find it
I have
very
not done the Tucker Carlson confrontation. It was far too short and most people saw it.
ironic that the very people who are fighting for our free speech, he is trying to silence, and he is trying to
How are they trying to fight for your free speech? They're trying to spring people from jail who physically attacked police officers, tasing one so many times with his own taser that he had a heart attack. But that's, I mean, is that covered under free speech? I'm a little loosey-goosey on the law.
block them from getting their message out while causing
She could walk away. Yeah, she could walk on the other side of the whole thing.
harm to
Yeah,
other
her audio is choppy, yeah.
people and becoming just an absolute annoyance. And
You know what's annoying? Lip filler. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not a fan. Honestly. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody who does it subtly enough that I don't notice, but I haven't noticed it yet. Anybody else who has it? I kind of notice. And my response is often, you might be allergic to shellfish.
You can see it right now. It's still happening right now. So they're just trying to, I feel like the left is doing what they do best, and they're censoring people.
Yes, one of the things they do best, the left, is apparently shame pedophiles. They're really good at it. Like you guys have been, the old pedophore adrenochrome thing. Total fail. I mean, I don't know what you got from it. I mean, Tom Hanks has a movie out. He just did a ad for the Cleveland Guardians. That must sting. I thought he was supposed to be hung at Guantanamo for being a baby eater. And yet, nothing. But the left shows up with like 3 signs and a papier-mâché Trump, and you fuckers head for the hills.
People, this is what they've been doing for years now, and it's just getting worse.
And by the way, the swollenness of the lower lip while you're trying to talk is a direct result of that. The next time you get filler, take 2 days off and let some of it normalize. Otherwise, maybe the whistling was literally from her.
Worse and worse now that big tech has started to do it. They're doing
Honest to God, I'm not kidding. The bottom lip.
it as well. If they don't like what you have to say,
They
they're
don't like what you have to say. About the Kylie Jenner challenge. Seriously.
going to do whatever it takes to stop you from being able to speak. If you're speaking without a microphone to a large crowd, no one's going to be able to hear you, and they know that.
They have a microphone, and it's not a large crowd. It's the press, and the press have microphones for them.
Not going to let them stop us. That's why right side
Stop us. Nabbit, gubba, lebbit, debit, tabit, tubulus, maybe.
Broadcasting Network exists. We held the line here today.
You totally did. Oh, clearly lefties. End the filibuster. I think they're actually from Mitch McConnell's office.
Whatever it took right now just to really keep him away from getting to those representatives. Stood firm. I was not scared of him by any means, but
Yeah, you weren't scared of the guy with a whistle in public? Please show us. It was the dude in the infrastructure, not insurrection. Is that who it was? With the point him out, please tell me. I need to see the boogeyman with the whistle right now, because I know he's over in that crowd. Lena was like him, but if she points him out, people are like, yeah, nobody's afraid of that person ever.
still just very annoying. And
Yeah, it's true. It's so annoying that this is a
that's what Right Side Broadcasting Network is for. We're going to stand here and we're going to fight.
Stand here, except when we're laying down in a dermatologist's office and getting stuff.
Continue to get these messages out to the American people, because
true.
Lord knows it is extremely difficult
It's very
right now.
difficult.
You are being
Especially when your lips actually don't come together on the consonants that are required. I literally have to like throw my chin up and make the bottom lip slap the top to I can't say please. Anyway, like I was gonna say please stop doing this in my ear, and he heard Lee's stop doing this here, and his name is Lee. So I was trying to go, please stop, please, but I couldn't get it to. Maybe if I hold it, please stop blowing in my ear. Shit.
censored if you're conservative, if you're trying to stand up. These people are standing up for the fair treatment of prisoners, something that is on the agenda of many liberals who claim to want prison reform. Yet
They do want prison reform.
prisoners are being beaten, losing eyes, having
Beaten.
retinal detachments, being
Retinal detachment.
in solitary confinement over 23 hours a day. Horrible conditions for prisoners here in the
Why? Because they're banging their heads against the wall.
United States. At what point should the United States of America's prisons be worse than Gitmo? It makes absolutely no sense.
First of all, Gitmo is a United States prison, and secondly, they aren't.
This is what these representatives are trying to find out.
Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me about the satire button, just in case I get in trouble with any of this. I recommend this kind of Botox and lip filler for everyone.
What?
All right.
They're trying to talk to be a liaison for their representative, for their constituents and the Department of Justice, and that alone is being difficult. They want to have a press conference here today. They make that difficult, and now we have a band that has showed up to create noise. So really, not that they deserve any credit, but you can see exactly why it is so difficult.
Yeah, the left is so musical. Some people would say the left have natural rhythm. I don't necessarily believe that.
Why companies like Right Side Broadcasting Network need...
By the way, this is a bid for super chats on their part, and I have no doubt... Oh, this is their Rumble. It won't show it. But here, for all your complaining, Right Side, at least they're not playing YMCA and making you have to shut off the audio. Also, by the way, I recommend that to anybody who is thinking of disrupting a any kind of presser by these folks in the future. Play YMCA really loud. Roll up in one of those trucks with speakers all over the back and just start playing YMCA. Like this band right now should, and I don't mean your own version. I mean the recorded version, so that you're in the band. Nice, Allison. Because the RIAA will give a copyright strike to everything, and these guys, RSBN does not have the rights to the music that Trump plays at his gathering, so they've had to play either music over top of it or add a special music or cut it out entirely. Play Lil Nas's song, right?
To exist.
He would have his band play YMCA with a horn section, of course. Yeah, well, as long as it's as close to the record as possible.
We are almost entirely viewer funded, so we rely on your
almost entirely. And by viewer, they mean, Eastern European hacker farms.
Support to come out to these events and
said at the same time, he's a very smart man, Shell. He's very smart. Yeah, the RIAA is ruthless. Yeah, play everything in sharps and flats.
Cover them to get messages out of what is happening, these political prisoners, and to show you what's actually happening here in a world of politics. It is a complete game. The left is the biggest bunch of hypocrites I have
By the way, her freestyle sucks. I'm just saying.
Ever seen. And you can see it happening here today. I'm going to see, are we going to be able to move the camera a little bit? We might pop it off. Hello. Hi. Can I interview you really quick?
Can we scrounge you up from the other side? Can you guys please pretend? Please.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Karen.
Brooklyn, New York.
Were you able to see what happened here today at the press conference?
Yes, we got here, and it was difficult to hear. I think that they had the lines right into the speakers for the cameras. But what happened was a bunch of leftist animals, savages,
savaged Matt Gaetz. Savages. The way they came in with their cardboard signs saying traitors and rapists sit down like a savage. But for the record, by the way, they're there to defend a man who showed up at the Capitol in a horn helmet wearing animal skins.
Up behind the Congress members with all these signs, and we're getting too close.
Yeah, they're getting too close for comfort. Very dangerous. There could have been paper cuts galore.
The congressmen, their security detail said, "Let's go, it's time to go." And so that's what they did. They got them in their vehicle and got them to safety.
Safety, yeah. Because if they hear, if there's a drum solo, they've been known to black out.
Savages!
Savages!
Belong in jail! Our American
savages belong in jail.
Citizens are detained in the facility.
Sorry, but I have to agree with her. Paper mache is a savage art. It really is. It's just...
Here in D.C., they're being treated worse than jihadists in Gitmo are being treated.
I'm torn. I'm so torn. Because on the one hand, I want this woman to, I want to let her talk. But I'm glad she's decided to suddenly care about the detainees at Gitmo all of a sudden.
Free the January 6th prisoners now. We need to have an investigation into what Nancy...
I think she's just mad that her signs are too small. See, the key to a sign, lady, is big piece of poster board large words. Keep it simple. You're this close to passing out a manifesto.
Pelosi knew when she knew it. Why she stopped the National Guard?
How she knew it? Why she stopped the National Guard? God damn it.
Why she
Christopher Miller stopped the National Guard.
had her brother-in-law out there? Come on. It was a setup. But you know,
Totally a setup. I mean, how if you were a Trump supporter, how could you not beat a cop on that day? I mean, everybody else was doing it.
what? God is good.
GG. Quit it.
God is still on his phone. They may.
It's not fair. She's not like, no. I refuse. People in the chat, no. No, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the funhouse mirror of her version of her.
Win some of the battles, we win the war. God bless America. God bless the real president, President Trump, and God bless RSBN. You guys rock.
Thank you. God bless you so much. We appreciate it. Stay safe out there today.
Good to see you guys at right side.
Thank you.
I just wanted to, my name is Suzanne Monk. I'm a local DC resident, and we
Oh boy. Suzanne's gonna tell him. She's the local DC resident, and she is filming you filming her as she's filming it. She has some things to say, and please God let her read her tarot right now.
We've been actually pushing for recognition on this issue in the DC Detention Center since April. Because of the COVID protocols, they are coercing people into the vaccine, and as you see now, we have political...
Oh my God. Not only are these people being forced into solitary confinement if they spit on guards and say, I know where you live, I'm gonna kill your family, which is so weird. Did they even do that? Now they're coercing them into getting the vaccine or making them isolate and get tested.
prisoners, people who should not be there this amount of time, being held in egregious conditions where physical abuse is concerned. So what we are asking people to...
By the way, by physical abuse, she means not having the freedom to roam the streets of the United States and attack random Democrats with machetes.
do. Call your
Is that Kat Kerr? No, that is not Kat Kerr. That is Kat Kerr's aunt.
congressman, tell them to go to the DC Detention Center, demand a tour of the detention center.
Yeah, and the snack machine is the balls, but if you get a chance to visit the cafeteria and the library, oh my God, the tour is totally worth it.
Congress needs to see what's going on in there. You can all call, email, write, fax your
Aldous lamp, semaphore.
Congress people and
Yeah,
demand.
get 2 flags, stand on your roof, ask for permission.
Go see it for yourself.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really the best ride in DC.
I know Congressman Gomar
Besides Marge. I'm sorry. I don't know that to be true. I can't believe it would be true.
has expressed interest in that, and if he's got some people to go with him, I think it's going to get done.
Yeah, it's gonna be so awesome.
Can you speak on what have you heard about these egregious conditions of the prisoners? What is it like for them?
Yeah, she's an activist. That's why she's there. And she's trying to get them free. Because this dude, they're not really boyfriend, girlfriend, but they knock boots occasionally. They met on a cue board, and they've been separated for a while. And he's in there. She got freed. That's weird. Cash bail being weird.
What is it like for them in there right now who are still being held 7 months after their arrest?
I have been following the
They're not held 7 months after their arrest.
case directly, so I've both from reading firsthand reports of individuals there and from friends who have
Reading firsthand reports of individuals. I'm sorry. Is there a QAnon Reddit post group for all the people? Do all these assholes who were involved in an insurrection on January 6th, who gathered together using the internet in the first place, have internet privileges in prison?
been there. I had a friend who was there only for 36 hours.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend who was there only for 36 hours. He was denied his due process.
She was actually taken to the medical facility 4 times to ask if she wanted the vaccine. They are pushing this on people. In addition to that,
and does she realize, though, she could probably break out of prison if she got the vaccine because she'd be magnetic and she could hide on the underside of a laundry truck as it's leaving. So what you do is you get the vaccine. Trust me on this. And you go out in the middle of the road and, sneak out there, and then you lay flat. And when the truck goes over, you go tank, and you just ride it out. Now, getting off is very hard. You have to have a lot of forearm strength, and it's very important that You must.
What?
No, it's if you get the vaccine, be very careful. Because police cars are also made of metal, and they'll what they do is they run you over, and then
What?
Then they just drive straight to the and then they have of course the UN gives them an antidote that keeps the vaccine nanobots in you, but stops you from being
What?
a magnetic, and so but it'll work.
If people violate any of the umpteen ridiculous rules, they are put in solitary confinement.
The umpteen ridiculous rules they're put in solitary confinement. You mean like the don't spit in the eyes of the guards and tell them that Donald Trump sent you and you had permission to attack the Capitol on that day, and you will fuck them up and find their children and kill them, and they're all going to end up in a FEMA camp because they're demon rats, and they're, what else? And they're baby eaters. That's right.
Clothes are
It's a
taken.
weird, I mean, you have to, it's such a needle to thread.
They're, everything they can possibly use for comfort is taken. They're sleeping on metal beds. It is up to 100.
I sleep on a metal bed. Wow.
14 degrees. I know former correctional officers who have measured the temperature in that facility. It is up to 114 degrees in the middle of summer there. And when we were there for the recent protest,
Not in solitary, it's not. It's kind of cool down in solitary. Is this the part where we find out that people are being sent to the solitary confinement areas because there's no one else in the rest of the jail and they put them down in solitary confinement because it's in the basement and it's cooler down there? Is that when we're going to find this out, ma'am?
they literally closed the doors and
I'm gonna
windows.
stick myself to a truck. It totally works, guys. If you ever need a ride someplace, you don't even have to hitchhike. Just get the vaccine and then stick your thumb out anywhere near the highway, and you'll stick to any vehicle that goes.
What?
Just tank. All right, sorry. I just have to do that in case I get kicked off of YouTube because they think I'm being serious.
So they could not hear us singing hymns to buoy their spirits. So they are tormenting the
I'm sorry. Singing hymns to buoy their spirits.
These people-
Wait a second.
ridiculous rules. They are put in solitary confinement. Their clothes are taken. Their everything they can possibly.
Yes, your clothes are taken when you go to jail. I mean, this isn't overnight. You're not in a goddamn drunk tank. They look in your ass too. Everybody who's been to jail has had another human being who is not a doctor look in their asshole. And that's why we say, don't get arrested, kids. Hold on. I gotta go to this one first. When you go to jail, they look in your asshole. Don't go to jail. The more you know. Oh, wait. Why is this over here? Hold on. This is supposed to be over here. I screwed it up. It's so fun. Hold on. I'm going to do this, damn it. Hold on. There it is. Come back over here. It's making me choppy when I do stuff. Look at that. So weird. I could do the video for Sledgehammer. You could have an aeroplane flying if you just lay down your tracks. All right. So there we go. Remember, kids, if you go to jail, they look in your asshole. The more you know. There, it worked. I'm going to screw up my whole system just messing with this shit. Okay, stop. Hal Headroom. If Bobcat was singing it, yeah, easy. It's pretty close. Simmer. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. Where were we? Oh, yes. They were singing hymns to calm their spirits.
Possibly used for comfort is taken.
Boy, that's weird. That happens when I reset the page. That part I don't understand. Hold on. This is very screwy. That was one of the things that I had happen. And see if that can. I'm just try to tweak a couple things.
Sleeping on metal beds.
Yep.
It is up to 114 degrees. I know former correctional officers who have measured.
So I guarantee she knows former correctional officers. Oh, I bet.
the temperature in that facility. It is up to 114 degrees in the middle of summer there.
Yeah, in the ceiling. I mean, how are you supposed to escape? I mean, the cells are reasonable temperature, but if you try to escape by, whatever, escape from Alcatrazing a block out of your thing, and you go between, it gets it's really stuffy.
And when we were there for the recent protest, they literally closed the doors and windows so they could not hear us singing hymns to buoy their...
That's just wrong. They closed the doors and windows when it's 100 degrees outside. It's almost as if they weren't trying to air condition the whole goddamn neighborhood. Did they leave the fridge open?
Spirit. So they are tormenting these people, and I think the only way any of this stops is if we get Congress in the building to see what's actually going on, because the mayor, the Bureau of Prisons, and the DOJ are colluding to allow human rights abuses to go on in that detention center.
And what happened here today while the speakers are trying to talk with the whistling and the noise that was happening?
Yeah, the whistling. What happened? I was here, but I can't process thought.
In the background, were you able to witness some of that?
Yes, and it became physically dangerous. The Congress people actually had to break up because protesters were getting physically aggressive and we're not following just basic protocol. Don't stand behind.
That's basic protocol. I'm sure you guys follow that all the time. You know what basic protocol is? Don't charge the Capitol during the counting of the Electoral College votes and attempt to overthrow democracy on behalf of the loser. That's sort of protocol.
We see such a disrespect, and here's what I'm concerned about. These individuals are here trying to stop questions being asked about human rights violations. These human rights violations are not just happening to January 6th prisoners.
These people are here trying to stop questions. No, this was a press conference. No one outside the DOJ had answers to their questions. They went into the DOJ to try and insert themselves into a legal matter that they are not a part of. That they have no evidence that these people are being mistreated, by the way. They have every opportunity as a member of Congress. They can go over there anytime they want and see the facilities and look around. But that would make it difficult for them to lie to you, because they would have gone to the place and took no action afterwards, because if they tried to take action based on a lie that they made in public, they'd get in deep shit and face legal issues more so than just, fucking a sex-trafficked 17-year-old. But they had every opportunity. The answers to the questions are inside that building. And instead of making an appointment and showing up or having a review process or having them come to the office or requesting a spokesperson from the DOJ to come talk to them, they just marched up there and knocked on the door like they don't work for the government themselves. And they're like, yeah, we're busy and you have no place in asking questions about why people were denied bail or bond. You can read the transcripts. It's public. Go figure it out yourself. The adults are working. Piss off.
They're actually happening to all 1,500 inmates going on in that jail, of which 75% or more are black. So we have Black Lives Matter painted on the...
Yeah, you're going to lose her right about now.
Street in this town. If they really do, you need to go over to the detention center and fix what's going on, and you certainly need to end the political persecution, because many of these cases are cases that should have been in and out. People should be on their own recognizance.
Yeah, they should be on their own recognizance planning the next insurrection. How are we going to plan the insurrection when all the masterminds who filmed themselves on Facebook Live and showed the crimes they were committing? Without those guys, our next insurrection won't have nearly the success of this failed one.
And at home, awaiting their next hearing, and they are literally locked up for months, sometimes from January, some from March.
And what do you think this says about the left, who says they claim to push for prison reform, yet we have clear situations where this is happening right now with very, very serious allegations?
No, these people are not in prison. These people are awaiting trial. Most of them were allowed to go home. Some of them are not, because they are crazy or dangerous. Or both. Sane enough to stand trial, but fucking lunatics otherwise. And letting them out on the street is ridiculous. And, by the way, go look at Fox News or Newsmax or OAN or Right Side Broadcasting Network when they're talking about any kind of, the crime wave right now. They're talking about crime. They're like, these judges and these DAs are just letting people out, right? And then in this case, you got people who violently attack police officers who are not just being let out, and they're bitching, right?
On the prisoners' treatment, and the representatives are not doing anything about it. They were not here today. We had 4 Republican House representatives here today leading this charge, and still nothing else is being done about it. What does it say about anyone who claims to be for prison reform but allows this to happen?
It's pure Marxism and it's pure socialism. It is turning the people you disagree with politically into non-human. It is dehumanizing people you disagree with and not giving them the basic care of human rights. That's what we're calling out here. Human rights violations. These folks want to stop talking about human rights violations because...
Well, no. When you violate someone else's human rights by attacking them with a flagpole and trying to blind them, then you give up some of your rights. That's why we have a judicial system. And it's a really soft version of what we used to have, which was mobs hanging people. The only reason you get to stand out here and bitch about this is because of the extraordinary measures that are available to people. Yeah, it's Marxism and socialism. I don't understand. I'm lost.
Because they are rights for people they do not believe is human, and that is Marxism in our country, and that's what we've got to...
No. If I didn't think these people were human, I would say put them in the pound and try to get them rescued, perhaps in a good home, and with the help of Caesar Milan, many of these January 6th insurrectionists will stop biting and pissing on the rug. But, you know, I'm for no-kill shelters. Does that help?
Push back again.
Well said. This should not be
Betty, simmer.
a partisan issue, and somehow it got turned into one today. So pretty ridiculous.
Thank you guys for being down here in this...
It's not a partisan issue. Please tell me RSBN is now for, like, total prison reform.
And always covering these issues. We appreciate you so much for being a voice that is actually getting truth out there. So keep up
for what you do as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I can barely hear you because the guy was whistling in my ear.
Here with Right Side Broadcast Network. My name is Liz Willis. We're at the Department of Justice at the court.
The Department of Justice, and hold on. It gets a little heavy when I don't know what she injected in this time. Is it lead? Christ Almighty.
Of Pennsylvania and 9th Avenue. It looks like
Thanks, Jane.
The representatives have been taken away by security earlier today. We got there was a big
it just happened.
Push from different groups who came in really abruptly with a lot of just noise, whistling, just
yeah, I mean savage whistling.
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos. It was total chaos. I mean, their signs didn't make any sense. They were holding them upside down. There was a papier-mâché Trump. Chaos. How do you even make one in chaos? Obviously, it's a coordinated effort, but...
Is what they brought here today. And
by the way, Chaos is the name of the band playing on the flatbed that's over there by the...
Seems to be what they bring when they want you to just not be able to get your message out.
That's what. Bring the chaos.
Interesting day here in the swamp. I don't blame a bunch of my friends for wanting to move out of it, and I don't miss it very much. We've got some security right now who's going to walk around, and they're just checking out to see.
What's happening? Oh no, I'm in front of the Department of Justice. I see. There's probably law enforcement that walks in and out of here all the time. Oh good.
I would imagine you'd have to have a permit to put on an event like what they're doing right now, blocking traffic.
Yeah, no, okay. Poster board, papier-mâché Trumps as a marionette. Is that a puppet or a marionette? I mean, strings from the top, sticks from the bottom. I don't know. It was the game I used to play in college. I only did it once, and I was so drunk. But it was my idea. Don't worry. And then some band named Chaos. You have to have a permit for a papier-mâché Trump, don't you? Isn't there some sort of like, there's got to be an HOA around here that says that's a violation. No one would want that in their yard. That's not...
bringing, that's not even safe for them to travel in the back of.
Safe.
I mean,
this is clearly, Jesus, she's turned into Walter from The Big Lebowski. Not to mention, dude, the keeping of a amphibious rodent in city limits.
the amount of laws they're violating just by riding around in the back, standing up on that, it's very dangerous.
It is. It's and it's not my kind of music.
And
They're stopping. They're standing up in it while it's parked. But let's just applaud the moment where Right Side Broadcasting Network's live host is arguing for more regulations and government intervention. If there isn't a law against this, there goddamn well should be. I mean, for Christ's sake, this is someone could chip a tooth. Louis Gohmert's already left, but this is fine.